Morning, everybody. Um, Thought I had that adjusted. Sorry, you keep seeing the palm of my hand. I feel bad about that. Oh, still stuffed up solid. Still trying to recover a voice. It's coming back a little bit at a time. Um, got the grandbaby in eating his cereal for the morning. And I'm on first cup of coffee. Everything's all discombobulated and out of order this morning. Wow. Okay. Thank God for coffee. Um, So last night was kind of a weird night around here. My father-in-law, we're talking like 8 o'clock at night when it is pitch black out. I don't even know if we had a moon last night. Decides to send a message to my husband to come over and cut these branches in his yard and get them ready for the trash. Kevin goes over there, and of course, you can't see anything. And he's looking at his dad, going, why don't you just let the neighbors do it, the ones who always want to help you with yard work? Whereas, Dad, I have a singing engagement for the Phoenix Suns coming up in just a few days. I'm already got a cold. I've got to get through this so I can have my voice, and stirring up all this dust and dirt and allergens. I'm going to get really sick and not be able to keep that engagement, and it's on Nick's birthday. My father-in-law was my father-in-law, and rude and mean, and Kevin got to a point where he refused to do it. I guess they got into an argument. I don't know. Somebody needs to tell this man that he doesn't own his 52-year-old son. But I'm not allowed to, or it would cause a lot of problems, because Kevin's afraid of the aftermath of what I have to say. So, oh goodness, hold on, folks. Give me a second. I'm going to go check on the grandbaby. I shall be back. Oh. Okay, folks. I'm finally back. Soy Spirit, apparently. He came to say good morning. Oh, big guy. His eyes cleaned out from his sleepies. And there is Snowflake, too. Right in front of the camera. She says, hi, I'm Snowflake. This is me. I'm cute and fluffy and spoiled. And good girl. Okay. So I guess they wanted to be on camera today. That's their whole thing. Wow. Guess they're learning to say hello. Oh, yes. Big puppies. Big pretty puppies. Alright, let's cut out a little excess sunlight. And a fluffy butt, apparently, that you're seeing Eskimo tails. Hey, stop. Hold on, folks. Hi, guys, we're back. Okay. So, the camera had fallen and everybody moved, and yeah, you can see all these little baby broken hairs because puppies, I figured out the reason I keep my hair up all the time is that they like to step on my hair, and Spirit is now the one up here. He's such a good big guy. I could lay on him and he would just lay there going, okay, Mom, like right now. I feel yucky today, physically. Watch your cartoons, baby. I put on Cubo, which is all educational cartoons and shows for children. It's a local channel. I don't know if it goes out, but it's broadcast in Tolleson, which is only a few miles from here. You may not see my fairly ugly mug this morning here. You may see more white fluff than anything, or pink inside of ears, or goodness knows. He's licking on my arms. You would think I'm not clean, but trust me, I am, and it's just his way of giving me loving. Yeah. And now he's laying his head down. Okay. Oh. I agree with J-No. Holy crap, that's good coffee, but for me it really is, thank God for coffee. My poor body just would not function without it. I got a kiss. Wow. He doesn't do that very often. Not on the face. Whoever had him, I think they had hit him if he would try to kiss in the face because they weren't brushing his teeth and things like that. So, you know, just that little thing is all you got to do. And they don't have puppy breath, and then there's no germs in the milk. And they actually like human toothpaste. Most of them do. Mine do. My original ones preferred Aquafresh, so we still buy Aquafresh for Chrissy. I've tried the dog toothpaste, but they smell like meat. Ugh. And that's not the smell I want them kissing me with. And mint is very good for pups. Particularly peppermint for bellyache, just like humans. And spearmint is a good autoimmune booster for them, and things like that. Honey is super, super, super good for a dog. Just like it is us. Ouch. But I will tell you the same thing that as a nurse, I have told all patients, and that I've told all American Eskimo owners or any canine owners, all things in moderation. Just because something's good for you, don't go hog wild with it. Vitamin C is really good for us, but if you get too much of it, the first body response is you just urinate out the excess that your body doesn't need. But eventually, it can build up in your system, and you can get very, very, very sick. So, you know, there's always two sides to every coin, folks. And you've got to learn to balance. His shows are way too loud. My husband's are way too loud. I'm a turn everything off and let my brain quiet down kind of person, usually in the mornings. And every time I try and go and sit outside, this one cries and howls, and then he gets everybody else riled up, except Chrissy, who runs around going, guys, Mom didn't go anywhere. She left the back door open, go look out the gate, and you can see her. She's right in the front yard. But if he can't reach me, it's a panic point for him, because of his severe separation anxiety. If I ever tried to go on a trip, I guess I'm taking not just Chrissy, but I'm taking 70-pounder here with me because he's a big baby. Or I have to have him with my son or daughter who can stay with him nonstop 24 hours a day. He cannot stand to be alone, and apparently he doesn't freak out when anybody else leaves. I've been told he only freaks out when I leave. He gets super excited and noisy when Daddy gets home, or when a stranger is near the house. But apparently the only time he gets upset is if I go out the front door. He's been that way since the day I got him. So I don't know. I'm sure Angela's intentions were all wonderful and good. I mean, he had great veterinary care. He was kept groomed the wrong way for an American Eskimo, but, you know, he was kept clean and his nails trimmed and things like that. So he's literally laying with his head this way and his butt up to get his belly rubbed. He's going to fall off my bed. He's funny. I'm telling you, this is the biggest lap dog I've ever known. He's a crazy boy. Yeah. Oh, okay. So we got my Daddy's coffee cup. My cough is still ever present. I have a very chocolatey faced grandbaby because I am not feeling well enough to make him a hot breakfast this morning, which I feel really bad for. It's something I believe in doing. But we had a little bit of his mom's Cocoa Puffs left in the house. Why this girl does not listen to me, I don't know. But she's 23 and I can't stop her. So he got a nice sized bowl of Cocoa Puffs with lots and lots and lots of milk. And he drank all of his milk and ate all of his cereal. And he's a smart little boy. He'll put his bowl and spoon in the sink. He's a good boy that way. Oh boy, let's see if that's a phone call I'm even going to answer, folks. I don't think so. It's from New Jersey. I don't know anybody in Jersey right now. So, that's why I didn't pause you, because this is the time of year people want to bug the crap out of me for stuff I don't know what they're talking about. Okay, so, and if it's that important, they'll leave a message. Anyway, So today I am praying, please, and anybody who loves me at all, or, and I know there are some of you that don't love me because you don't know me, but you do care what happens to me because you're good souls. Please ask God to give me a couple of days where I can have time to really get my knitting done. I've got more to do than I have hours to get it done, unless I don't take my medicine and go to sleep at night. And then I'm going to be even more run down and sick than I am, and then there's no Christmas dinner because no one in my family knows how to make a prime rib except me. Nobody in my family knows how to make my ham except me. And nobody in the family will even venture to try a turkey because that they've tried have come out dry and they're spoiled rotten. And like my grandma's lessons to me that made for some very, very, very juicy turkeys without any effort. I mean, I don't baste a turkey. I'm too lazy. I got too much else going on Christmas Day. Are you kidding me? So, and on top of that, we have a few family members that cannot make it for Christmas Day. So I'm going to have a small dinner on Christmas Eve for those family that can't be with everybody on Christmas Day. And I'm doing this so that I get to see everybody. That's the selfish motive in it, okay? I'll openly admit that, yeah, I'm being a little selfish about that. But the primary motive in it is so that everybody gets a chance to see Danny, and that everybody gets a chance to come together and not complain, oh, we didn't get any of Mom's food again this year. No, Mom's cooking. You should let me know if you're coming for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. So, and if my son has his way, he'll come for both. My daughter, my oldest daughter, I honestly don't expect to get to see her. She never even stopped by for Thanksgiving Day. Okay. She had plans with her sweetheart's family. I'm sad that we weren't wiggled into that for 5 minutes for a hug, but just gotta understand, she's almost 30 years old, and these are her decisions. She's 28 and a half. These are things she has to make up her mind on her own. And she and I have never been all that close, and there's a very long and sad story behind that someday, when I am up to telling it without crying my eyes out or getting angry because of it, I will sit down and explain to everybody that, yes, I have 3 children, but from the time she was 3 months old until she was 15 years old or 14 years old, I did not have my oldest child, and this was not my choice. She was essentially kidnapped, and then it was made legal until she pissed my mother off enough that my mother dumped her on my doorstep, and I went, oh, finally, so the joint custody order I have that meant nothing to you all these years, I finally get to have my daughter. So, Tia is her nickname, and we've had quite a struggle of a relationship, but let me tell you, I'd do anything for that girl. She's my daughter, and I love her very, very much. She's also a pretty decent human being. Danny, we're not climbing on Grandmama today. It's not going to happen. I hurt, baby. I'm sorry. Sit back down and watch your shows, okay? And get your blanket on. He's got the sniffles and cold, and that's how Papa and Grandmama got sicker. And I think I told you guys that I did briefly in this video, that Kevin has to sing for the Phoenix Suns and some Canadian team called the Raptors. Sorry to say it that way. I don't know where they come out of because I don't like basketball. It bores me to tears. So I just don't deal with it. Danny, sit down, please. Thank you. Okay, so, and it happens to fall on my son's birthday, so he's going to sing for them and surprise our son with incredibly good, just above courtside seats to the game. Nick gets to pick who he brings. Yes, I know you all hate to see me smoke, but if you notice I'm not smoking cigarettes all the time, there is something else I smoke that contains natural vanilla and some other things that are actually natural pain relief for me, and no, they are not cannabis. I am deathly, deathly, anaphylactically, horrifically allergic, which I don't care. I don't like the smell of it. And I don't have a medical card because that would make really stupid sense. And if I was going to be using cannabis, I would use edibles. A, they are stronger and more effective. And B, no matter what you smoke, you're putting tar in your lungs. So if I were going to do that, I wouldn't be adding more to my problem. I would be doing less. Dante, sit down. My yarn bag is not for you. Don't backtalk me. You can tell when he's trying to tell me what he's going to do, because he gets this attitude. And didn't fly with my kids. Didn't fly with me with my grandparents. I never tried it. On my dad. Did it to my grandma once. Oh, no, would I ever have done that again? She backhanded me, and she was 4'11", and I'll tell you what, that stocky little Scotch-Irish woman was strong. And I was in my teens when that happened. I thought I was big. When I say teens, I was 18 years old. I was a grown woman. No. Back-talking grandma. That didn't happen. So, and everybody, I've been getting asked lately, why am I so opposed to my grandson calling me grandma? Okay. This is a quick and important story about my belief systems and my honoring those that have made a difference in who I am. And let me tell you, a very positive difference in who I am. Grandma Rendleman was Dorothy Jessie Rendleman. And her maiden name's Hanley. Okay. 4'11". Her daddy was from Scotland. Migrated to the Appalachians, where he met her mom, and they had 10 children, and moved to Missouri. Okay, so there's the story behind my grandma. When I was growing up, we called her grandma. At her best. I don't want her title. There's only been one grandma for me. My great-grandmother preferred to be called grandmother. And Granny Perkins, she liked Granny. So when it was time for me to become a grandmother, I thought about it and I went, yeah, I'm not comfortable with taking a name that doesn't rightfully belong to me. In my opinion, that belonged to my grandma. Everybody else called her Dottie, or Dot. And she was a little dot, but a very, very, very strong dot. And I'm Sicilian. So I wanted mama, or the Sicilian word for grandmother is nonna, Nonna. I do not want to be called Nana, because that is owned by the great-grandmother on the father's side. And we'll just leave that at that. So, when he was calling me Mom, that was very upsetting to me. I'm not his mother. He was calling his mom Mama. That's normal for that age. So he would call me Amma. Okay, Amma's good. I can deal with Amma. Well, all of a sudden he said Grandma. I went, no, baby, it's Grandmama. So then he said Grandmom. And I was good with that. Well, he went away for 2 days with his mom, and now it's Grandma. No. Grandmama. I don't want my grandma's name. It's a matter of respect and love for her and her memory. It really is. It's a matter of respect and love for those that were influential in my life. So, and they were truly influential. And I can cook because of her and my dad. I can grill because of my dad and my grandpa. Um, these are the people that really did affect any good and decentness in me. The Graham family did not give me that. They gave me abuse and hatred and meanness. So I try very, very hard to just never have that in my soul and always be a Rendleman daughter. So I'm going to put you on hold for a moment. Excuse me, please. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I needed coffee and I wanted to check and make sure that Danny had been a good boy this morning and done what he was supposed to, and of course he did. Because when he's with me, he's generally okay until the afternoon. Oh, gee, that hurts. My head wants to hurt today, and I don't want it to, so I'm going to look funky and, well, poo on the world. For anybody who knows me or cares about me knows that I'm too tired to care anymore most of the time. It's not tired, sleepy tired. It's tired, worn out, exhausted physically, and in a lot of pain. Okay, leave it there and sit down, please. Good boy, baby. You stay right there. You know, I've heard everybody and their child's response to why I shouldn't do this and shouldn't do that. And, well, ouch. If I looked at their lives, I'm sure they've got a lot of why they shouldn't do things. And okay, that's enough. No more for the puppies. But the truth of the matter is, the worst thing I do is I smoke and drink coffee and Diet Coke. There we go. That's a little more human. Those are my bad habits in this life. I quit smoking for a couple of years. Everything went sideways quick, and that's where I turned back to was my nicotine, and I tried to quit since then, and just every time I try to quit, something goes very, very wrong, and it inhibits my ability to have willpower toward that particular subject. So I take responsibility for myself on that, and you know what? I am free and over 21, and I don't promote it for anybody else. As a matter of fact, I discourage it for others. I tell them, please, don't start, because once you start, wow, it's something really hard to get rid of, and all you're doing is hurting yourself, and I'm walking living proof that this is not a good habit to develop. So, that having been said, oh, here you go, Jane O. Public service announcement. Okay. It's not me trying to be hypocritical. It's me actually trying to use my problems and mistakes as an example to others why you don't want to do this. By the way, folks, I have an interesting question for you for which I would love a response. About a year and a half ago, what turned out to be creepy scammer was texting me, messaging me through Google Mail, Google Plus, and I thought he was in the military and over in Iraq, and so I was communicating with him until I realized real quickly this was not who he presented himself, because something just didn't sit right with me, and so I reported him to the United States military for impersonating a very high-ranking military officer. Because anyone who's watched my channel at all knows I have an intense respect for our military, having grown up in the military, having raised a member of the military, and having served working with the military, let's put it that way. Okay. But this guy said something to me once that kind of freaked me out, and I went, That doesn't even make any sense to me. But my daughter said, in a way, it does. I don't get it. Um, those of you who have seen my older videos know that when I have migraines, I wear glasses. Well, my eyesight's gotten so bad that, and I'm reaching for them, that sadly I need new glasses because my lenses are like 4 years old and I just can't afford to get new ones. So my vision's getting worse. But as you can see, okay, I'm looking through the bifocal at you. So obviously I am not wearing contact lenses. Okay, this is, you can't see if you're wearing contact lenses and glasses at the same time. You just can't. So, but he made a comment that my eyes are so blue that they're almost too blue. Guys, are you seeing it? Because I don't see it. This is the eye color God gave me, and under any bright light, they turn turquoise, and that's what they've always been. Sorry, but if they do look so blue that they look almost a fake blue or too blue, as he put it, please put that in the comments because I'm curious. I really am. My eyes used to actually be a little bit lighter color. As we age, the pigmentation in our eyes darkens a little bit. Sun damage, we can sunburn our corneas to the point that we go blind. You know, and I live in the worst place in the world for that. I do. Phoenix, or at least in the North American continent, Phoenix, Arizona is really bad. But I can tell you that the glare off of snow is blinding to me. Like I said, I've been to the snow a couple times in my life, and I had to stop and buy darker sunglasses because I couldn't see. I was just shocked by that. I would have thought, okay, it's not a bright sunny day like Phoenix, so why is Flagstaff making me where I can't see a doggone thing? It just did. So, anyway, so my grandbaby ate all his cereal. And he was such a good boy. I'm so proud of him. And I'm proud of his mother for this. He took his bowl and spoon, and he put them in the left side of the sink, which is where he knows they go until they're rinsed off. Then they go in the right side, and then Grandpapa does the loading of the dishwasher, and myself or one of my kids unloads it. If they know that I'm sick, they'll come over and help me out with that. It's a little too warm for me today in the house with the heater on, but with it off, I was freezing because it was 67. Right now, the house is 69 degrees, and I feel like I'm sweating, which means I'm getting really sick. That's not a good thing. But if I know my son, I can sit there and tell him exactly, or write down exactly what I need him to do, and he will make Christmas dinner. He's a fabulous cook. He overseasons everything. But as far as how he does it, cooking meats and vegetables to the right point, he's very cautious. He's very good. He's been taught to use a meat thermometer. You know, he grew up, when he finished high school, before he finished high school, he got offered a full scholarship to what at the time was Scottsdale Culinary Institute, which was a subsidiary of and is now called Le Cordon Bleu. They pretty much begged him, and when he said, no, that's just not what I want to do, I really prefer to cook for people I love. Dante, get back in here. They came back and said, come on, seriously, dude, you are gifted. Some of the foods that you cook and come up with, he goes, wait a minute, most of what I cook, I didn't come up with, that's my mom's stuff. You know, she walked me through and taught me how to combine herbs and how to measure without measuring spoons and things like that. Well, I learned it from my grandma and dad. So, you know, this is a long way of Rendleman cooking. And I also have a few of the Isaac family recipes, which is my legal mother's family, maiden family. And the lady who cooked for that family passed away in 1978. And luckily, she had taught me how to do them, and so the recipes didn't die. So, but most of what I do is my own inventions, or my own take on something, because I can no longer stand up and cook them the way that I would have traditionally. It's too physically draining on me, too physically painful for me. So I've learned ways to shortcut some things without shortcutting the quality of ingredients that I use. At some point, I'm praying I will feel well enough to film some cooking for you guys, because some of the things I do, everybody's just so impressed with, and I don't see that it's all that impressive. It's just the way I fed my kids. Now grandkid. But everybody that tastes it, particular dishes is like, wow, this is the best I've ever had. Well, thank you. Come over sometime, I'll show you how to make it. So that's me, because they ask for a recipe. I'm like, honey, there's no written recipe for this. It's just a little of this and a bunch of that, and I can show you how to measure it out and tell you what, okay, this is approximately a teaspoon. 3 of these makes a tablespoon. You know, that kind of thing. So that's me. My husband's awake, and that's not good when he's sick. I don't want him up during the day, because that kind of makes my day a little screwier. So I'm going to post this video up real quick. I guess this is just, at this point, I'm doing some vlogs for you. But I have so much I want to show you, and I just can't get where I have my voice working at the same time that I don't. Dante, Michael, get out of there. That I don't have a grandchild getting into everything that he's not allowed to get into. So I have to go deal with this one, because he's doing what he knows he's not allowed to. He has his own drinks, and instead he wants to put his face in the puppy bowl because he thinks that that's cool, because that's what the puppies do. And no, they get purified water. I do not want it contaminated by humans. And he has things that he needs, like juices and milks and things like that. So I'm going to go and get him something to drink and kind of gather my thoughts and see if I can get everybody to quiet down for the day long enough for me to knit. And if I can't, then I will do a little tiny knitting video. I can't promise that I will be able to teach you much because of how far into the work I am, but at least I can show you a basic knitting in the round. Okay? Love you guys very dearly. Good morning, Bev and Stephanie and Patera, if you ever see these, and John at JNull0. You know, those of you who watch my channel, whose channel, I don't know if you have a channel, and if you do, please send me the links. I would happily take a look. But for everybody who does subscribe, this week I went from 29 subscribers to 31. Thank you so much. That's a big deal to me. Most of the people I watch have tens of thousands of subscribers, and I'm happy to have over 30. To me, I'm just, wow, that's very cool. Because I've not put a lot of videos out because I wasn't able to. I filmed a bunch of them, but I'm going to have to go back and backdate them in the descriptions and titles so you guys know when these were taken. Okay? Because there was a lot of information in there that's useful, and I just didn't have the ability to get my phone to do what I needed it to do. So for the rest of you out there, last week, this is the last week we have to get everything done. Please pray for me that I can get everything done, and I will continue to pray for you, all of you who are going through some very difficult things. I have been through those things. We are going through some difficult things, and any prayers sent toward us are greatly appreciated. You know, I got asked why Amber Marie is the name of my channel. Well, that's my real name. So, please, by all means, understand that I don't have an online presence name. My name's Amber Marie. Okay? I do not disclose my last name because there's some weird people on this planet that do some very strange things. And I've run across a few of them in my lifetime and don't really want that out there. But my name is actually Amber Marie, and then my last name. I will give you one of my email addresses, so that if you ever want to email me or find me on Facebook, it's also Amber Marie. My Google Plus is Amber Marie. But the email to reach me on is ESKIESKNITS@gmail.com. So it's Esky Knits. Ooh, I'm wrong. ESKIEKNITS. There's no extra S in there. I had to think about that. I apologize, folks. ESKIEKNITS@gmail.com. EskyKnits@gmail.com. Because the name of my company is Esky Knits. So, because my custom knitwear inevitably is going to have American Eskimo hair in it, because I have lots of Eskies. Like the big head right here. See that big pretty face? Look at that. Look at that big head. Casey boy. Yes. Okay, so we're going to sign off and talk to you later. So I think in the last video that I put up ran across my email address, I also added that extra S. I'm very, very, very sorry. Please resend it to the proper email address. Someday I will learn how to put the information in there properly. Bev, I need your help. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a great day, and I will see if I can get out something that's actually of any use other than my mouth running today. Bye-bye, folks.